Time to speak with our fitness columnist, Micaela Whitworth, who it looks like the first day of school. It's like, you know, you got to have my school supplies, but these are resolution supplies.
They are resolution supplies that you're going to need in order to create your SMART goals. As a thing with New Year's resolutions, I'm not a very big believer in New Year's resolutions, but I am in goal setting. Okay. And the whole reason with...
And it's your favorite thing to talk about.
It is my favorite thing to talk about. The thing is, one of the biggest reasons why people fail with New Year's resolutions, it's like this list of, it's a wish list. It's like, I want to lose weight. Great. Then what? Like, how are you going to go about doing that? You have to have your plan. So the SMART goals are set up so that you have your plan of action, and it's going to keep you accountable, and it's going to lead you to your goal, hopefully.
Yeah. So yeah, you really... I guess what you're going to say is you have to take it very, very seriously.
You do, yeah, and you need to write it down. If you don't write this down, if you're just like, oh yeah, I want to lose 5 pounds, and you don't have that plan, you're probably not going to get there. There's no sense of urgency. There's no time frame on it. So it was following the SMART goals is going to help you get there.
So the S is for specific?
Specific. So this is where you want to define your goals. This is the who, what, when, where, why. Because when I ask people, I first sit down with them when they come to meet with me, and what are your goals? I want to lose weight. I want to be healthy. I want to tone. What does that mean? Like, how are you going to know whether or not you've reached your goal of being healthy? Maybe for you, it's being healthy is I'm going to work out 3 times a week. I'm going to follow this specific diet. I'm going to take my vitamins. So you want to make sure you're really going through and figuring out, too, why it's important to you. What's the emotion behind it? Because, you know, I want to quit smoking, but do you really want to quit smoking? Should you quit smoking? Yes. But are you ready to do it? Well, no, maybe you need to think, you know, I want to stay around for my grandchildren for a long time. This would be the reason why. I want to live longer. So you really want to sit down and think of all of those factors.
M is for measurable?
Measurable. So how are you going to know whether or not you've succeeded? How are you going to know if you're staying on track? So you have to have a unit of measurements. So with weight loss, it's easy. You have the scale. You have measuring tapes, you have your, you know, your fat pants that hopefully will be looser, your skinny jeans that, you know, they're going to start to feel a lot better. So you just want to have some form of unit of measurement. Yeah.
And A is for attainable.
Attainable.
So you've got to, they're measurable, but you've got to make sure that you can attain what you want to measure. So this is like the logistics of your plan. So say it is weight loss. I want to hire a trainer. And you're writing down how you're going to do that. I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week. I'm going to see my trainer. Oh, wait, a trainer's going to cost money. So do I have enough money to do that? Okay, if I don't have enough money, a trainer is, say, 80 bucks a week, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to look at my budget. I'm going to have to figure out ways in my budget to be able to afford that trainer, reach my overall goal of losing, say, 10 pounds. So you have to kind of really think those things out. And a client of mine yesterday, she actually said that she wrote out all of her goals, and she was overcoming the hurdles that she knew she was going to have. So it was, you know, I travel on the weekends, but I want to do swimming on the weekends. So what she did already, she went and looked up all of the places she travels to see if they have pools.
See if they have pools, got the hours, and she goes, now I have no excuse.
Wow.
But if you don't do that, now you're traveling, you're like, oh, I can't do it. I'm traveling, I don't have a pool. But there's a pool, there are options. So make that goal attainable. It's possible, you just have to figure out how. Yeah.
And the R in SMART is realistic.
Realistic. So how realistic is your goal? I want to lose 50 pounds in the next 2 months? Not so realistic. You know, if you have trouble knowing what's going to be realistic for you, I mean, you can seek an expert advice, you know, a fitness consultant or a personal trainer, someone that's going to be able to tell you what would be realistic with your goals. But you also want to think about, you know, am I willing to make the sacrifices that I have to? Do I have the time? Because I've had goals in the past where I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do spinning 5 times a week. Okay, on top of me training 4 days a week, on top of me running, doesn't make any sense. So you have to make sure it is a realistic goal. Start a bit slower.
And T is for time frame.
Yeah, so you need to have that sense of urgency. I mean, my best example are brides-to-be. With them, they follow all of these principles, and I find that's why they do so well, because their goal is specific. I'm getting married. I'm getting married on May 1st of this year. I want to fit into that particular dress. So they end up going through all of these things. It's measurable. The dress is going to be the unit of measurement. They have the time frame, the sense of urgency. So every week they're like, oh gosh, okay, I didn't lose any weight this week. Next week I'm going to have to work really hard. So without that sense of urgency, a lot of the time it's like, well, I'm going to lose 5 pounds, but you know, sometime this year. I don't know when.
It's too bad, though. Once like they get married, and or guys too. I mean, you know, I want to. Summer's coming. I'm going to be walking along the beach. I'm going to have something to train. But then after that, they kind of like we shouldn't be easing up, and we should always, it should be something that it stays forever and ever.
That's
you know, it's not just New Year's, which you said you don't believe in.
No, and well, at the end of this, and that's what the SMART goals actually doesn't tell you, is you have to set new goals at the end of this.
Okay,
Because say you've actually hit your goal, and this is a huge problem that people have, is I've lost my 10 pounds, and now it's like, all right, do whatever I want, go back to the way I was, which is, you know, okay, but you're going to regain the weight back, and then you have to go back through. So your plan then, your goal would be, I want to maintain my weight.
Yeah, but you think that once you met your goal, that you'd be even more motivated. I actually did it. I can do it.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
So that's something new. Like, for me, I had a goal a few years back was I want to do one chin-up. I'm the one trainer in the world that can't do a chin-up. Once I'm like, okay, now I want to do 10. I got really excited. And then that kind of keeps you going and, you know, fuels that fire underneath you. And so, yeah, you can accomplish it. You just have to figure out your plan and write it down.
I'm going to write down, I want to do a chin-up.
Exactly.
I want to be able to do a chin-up. That's my goal. I got to do a chin-up. It is 19 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you very much, Micaela, for speaking with us. Micaela Whitworth is one of our fitness columnists here at Global Montreal Morning News.